Good morning to all traders and welcome to another Stock Watch video. So today we're just doing things a little bit differently because we've seen the prices of gold and oil start flying quite considerably in the last week. In the last 24 hours, with other tensions between Russia and the Ukraine, we've seen oil take another step to the upside, to that magical $100 a barrel mark, and also with gold peaking over 1900 and looking to hold as well. So really we're just looking at what the focus is for 2022 and obviously what the focus is for the next few days coming ahead, with oil actually spiraling a little bit out of control with supply fears after Russia has sort of stamped their authority on going into Ukraine and putting more pressure on world leaders to take action. So these supply chains could actually be disrupted, especially if the UK and other big governing nations slap sanctions on the Ukraine. Obviously, Russia. Obviously, Russia being such a powerhouse in the oil production field, giving oil and natural gas to a lot of countries around Europe. So we'll see what happens because of this. Obviously, it doesn't look like things are getting any better as of last night's President Vladimir Putin's address to his nation, and not only this nation but obviously the world as well, on his plans and intent. So with that being said, let's just take a look at what's going on and what could be the possibilities for oil and gold. So looking on crude oil first of all, with Brent oil as well, just take into account, we've had that $97 a barrel touch not so long ago, and it's probably going to happen again. Both WTI and Brent really pushing for $100 a barrel. So at the moment, as you can see here, we've got this is on the daily chart, this a big ascension. We had the dip at the back end of last year, but since these tensions have increased between Russia and Ukraine, the price is only going one way. We did have the prediction before the end of 2021 that we would reach the $100 a barrel mark in 2022. However, it's come a lot more quicker than what we anticipated due to these ongoing tensions. So on the daily chart, as you can see, trading very far away from the Ichimoku cloud. Prices are overbought as well on the RSI. We're looking for a little bit of a leeway, possibly a pullback on prices in the near term at least, but we are expecting probably another leg lower and then possibly another punch to the $100 mark, which is not too far away if you look on the chart here. So bias is continuously on the upside, and if we just take a look on the 4-hour chart as well, I'll just put this a little bit clearer so it's a bit easier to see. So the 4-hour chart, the only difference is we have just moved away from the Ichimoku cloud. So this retracement that I was talking about in the last daily slide, it seems like we have had this kind of downward spiral, but now we're having another leg to the upside. So again, we're expecting possibly another small bounce here and then another push to the $100 area. So just watch out for Brent oil as well as WTI, as it's really starting to take off and start pushing higher and higher. Keep an eye on the headlines, keep an eye on what's going on, because these are really fundamental driven and it's not like it's going to stop anytime soon. And let's just take a look on gold as well. So gold, I'll just bring it on the daily chart. We have had some bumps in the road with gold. A lot of traders were thinking that it was going to push above 1900 quite a while ago, but it took a little bit more time to reach these two double tops now that we're seeing. And this was from almost summer of last year. This is June of last year. If we do punch above this, then obviously we're heading for this 1950 region, which will be the next top, which is not out of the question. We've seen gold move over $150 since the beginning of the year, so that's quite a significant move. And as you can see here, it's not really looking like it's going to slow down anytime soon due to these escalating tensions. When we saw the start of the pandemic, for example, we saw record highs on gold because traders are flocking to these safe havens. Now is nothing different. We're seeing another push on gold, and it could be quite a buoyant one for bulls, but a detrimental one for bears. And just looking on the 4-hour chart as well, as you can see here, a very, very large growth in the yellow metal commodity, and trading very far away from the Ichimoku cloud as well. So we're just keeping an eye now on possible divergences on the RSI, on MACDs, any indicators you're using. You'll probably see a slight divergence in price. However, we are looking at prices could have a little bit of a pullback, but then start moving higher, as I said, to that 1950 mark, which is what I'll be looking at and putting positions in if it does start moving towards that area. So just keep an eye, as I said, on the headlines, anything that's coming out of the Russia-Ukraine tensions, and we'll see what happens for the next following days. So thank you very much for joining me on today's special video as we look at gold and oil, and join me again tomorrow to see what's in the news. Thank you and goodbye.